From a Mr. Beast NPC to Winterfest secrets everyone missed, these are 27 things you never noticed in Fortnite Chapter 4. On December 17th, everyone's gonna be competing in Mr. Beast Survival Challenge for $1 million where only one person walks away. The maps have already been released so we can prepare, but most fans didn't know it's hiding some incredible secrets. There's a Mr. Beast NPC that throws snowballs at you, and this is the first ever boss in creative mode. You can also find this house in the sky from the Last to Leave the Circle challenge, and there's even a plane crash Easter egg. If I had to pick, my favorite's gotta be Mr. Beast getting chased by the military, so shout out to Atlas Creative for delivering such an awesome experience. And speaking of getting chased, this season Fortnite secretly removed the fastest vehicle in the game. Everyone was struggling to find a whiplash with no luck, but that has officially changed. Rift encounters have been one of the most interesting features of Chapter 4, but they have become even more powerful thanks to them bringing back the whiplash. It's the only way to get this vehicle, and thanks to this next secret trick, you can even turn it into a plane. Make sure to grab a friend, 2 shockwave hammers, and a car to pull off the ultimate glitch. You just gotta hit the vehicle over and over again, and suddenly your team is sky high. So once you get down, don't forget to check the Winterfest cabin because this place is full of secrets no one's talking about. On the first day, you can look in the refrigerator and find Peely frozen in an ice cube. That's pretty random, but now it's become even weirder because Peely has broken free. He's playing on a Game Boy, and for some reason, there's a ton of hot dogs and cabbage now. I mean, I have no idea where this is going. But we do know that millions of players are about to receive 500 V-Bucks for free. For anyone who already has the Wolverine Claws emote, they're pretty angry to learn that Reboot Rally is giving it out as a free reward. And while it looks like Fortnite has calmed everyone down with a quick bribe, handing out 500 V-Bucks to all the accounts with the cosmetic. Now, one of the biggest mysteries on the island right now is at the Citadel, where construction has started on some kind of rift portal. If you look at the blueprints, you can see this thing is inspired by Stargate, but it could also be for Doom, so we'll have to wait and see. That's not the only map change you have to pay attention to, because Kevin the Cube has made a surprising return. Back in Chapter 3, you can visit the Joneses POI and see this Easter egg on the table. It showed a purple, gold, and blue cube, but there was a bonus color that teased a red one too? Now, nothing ever came of this, and the secret was removed a few weeks ago, but in the Winterfest update, Fortnite added it back to the game, and you'll find it in a random house in Slappy Shores. A more useful secret involves the most overpowered combo in Chapter 4. Since day 1, people have been activating the party time augment because it's super fun. Every couple seconds, a balloon appears on your back, which is handy on its own, but wait until you combo this with a shockwave hammer. Not only do you float insanely high, but the shockwave makes you immune to fall damage. Yeah, you can literally do superhero slams as many times as you want. If you prefer to do tricks in the air, the dirt bike is your best friend, but everyone's been struggling this week over the hardest Winterfest challenge. You need to get a ton of points on a dirt bike, and there's only 4 days left to do it, but luckily, there's a secret way to get millions of points in under a minute. Just hold the trick button while spamming jump, and you will literally rack up points easily. Pretty much free XP, but if you thought that was broken, your pickaxe can make 0 builds unplayable. In this mode, sometimes the only way to get to the high ground is through zip lines, and usually they're immortal. But it turns out a simple pickaxe to the ground breaks them instantly. Maybe you want a more powerful item, and there's an NPC that no one knows about, and she sells one of the best weapons in the game. Head to the Citadel, and you'll find Princess Fishstick in a nearby tower. Obviously, Rapunzel reference aside, if you talk to her, she sells an exotic grappler bow. Well, this only gets better when you combo it with a soaring sprint perk that gives you a permanent hop rock effect. This is easily the greatest rotation strategy we've seen in months, and Fortnite is about to give us even more to look forward to. Medkits are probably the most ignored item in the game right now because they take way too long to heal, and it's so much easier to pick up a chug splash or a slap berry. Instead of just vaulting them, Epic has the perfect solution, because soon medkits and shield potions will only consume what you need, and then you can just save the rest for later. I mean, imagine getting a big pot from your teammate and it only has 1 shield inside. But something you can experience right now is a secret way to breathe underwater. It's extremely simple. All you gotta do is ride a zip line before the bus departs, and for some reason, it lets you live under the sea. Well, that is until at least you start drowning. Then it becomes a pretty big problem. Someone else who's choking to death is the Herald. You could actually visit her tree from the event, and it caused a lot of debate. Some people think this hole on the back of the tree proves she escaped, and others, well, they're not convinced. But it gets even creepier when you listen closely and hear breathing coming from the tree. It's called Death Breath in the files, and I have no idea why it's happening. She's not the only character who can make a surprise return. Midas was already confirmed alive after the shark attack in Chapter 2, and we've had so many teasers since then. From a Chrome Midas spray that never released, to the Loot Breaker project, which went nowhere, and now a Chapter 4 emoticon of his hand. I mean, we're way past trolling at this point. He's got to be returning soon. Well, thankfully, the wait for dirt bikes has ended. It turns out leakers have found even more to look forward to. There's going to be a sports bike and a cruiser, and while we have no idea what they look like, I am hoping to see some improvements to speed, fuel, and health. Some bulletproof tires would be nice, and it's not the only item Epic is working on, because leaks show a power guitar in the works, and trust me, this sounds incredible. It'll have the same effect as boomboxes from Chapter 1, except it's in the form of a guitar, so you can just carry it around. Not to mention, this thing will be powerful. We're talking 210 damage per second. But to make it that OP, you gotta play in time with the music, so apparently Fortnite's a rhythm game now, which is pretty ironic because Epic just shut down dozens of old games like Rock Band and surprisingly Battle Breakers. This actually had a collab with Fortnite a few years ago, adding skins, a music pack, and a lot more, but now they might never return. Battle Breakers shuts down on December 30th, and they're refunding everyone who bought something in the last 180 days, so the odds of these skins returning are super low. Speaking of getting locked out, Fortnite is cracking down on anyone that's too young to play. Epic Games just introduced a new feature called Cabined Accounts, which limits your profile and controls what you buy. You might be asked for your birthday when you open the game, and anyone who gives the wrong answer is locked out of Fortnite until their parent gives permission, which means some players won't be able to use the new Guardian Shield. As soon as next week, we can see this in the game, and it's gonna be crazy. It works similar to the shield bubble, except it'll be portable. You can keep it on your wrist to walk around with infinite protection, or throw it down to create a barrier. The features keep coming because it doesn't disappear after one use. This thing has an energy meter instead, and you can even change the shape. I mean, Zero Build will never be the same after this comes out. And so maybe the shield isn't for you. Well, you'll soon be able to fill that void with bushes. We all know the OG item from Chapter 1, but Fortnite is giving it a total rework after years of waiting. It's a grenade that lets you throw down a giant bush, which is a lot easier than being one. And it sounds great, but there's a 200 IQ strat you need to use. Once this comes out, make sure to combine it with the Bush Warrior augment to have constant healing no matter where you are. And so before that releases, you gotta make sure you grab the free skin in the item shop. Just like last year, you can get 2 skins from the Winterfest presents, but PC players get a bonus outfit called Guff Gringle. Don't worry if you play on console, because you'll be able to log in with the GeForce Now app on your phone to claim it for free. Also in the shop is a brand new emote that split the player base in half. Stake Your Claim lets you put down a flag with your own custom banner. It's pretty good, but can only be used when you've got a win, making it the first Victory Royale emote in the item shop. I'm not exactly sure why you want to spend money on an emote that you can barely use, but maybe that's because I'm just terrible at the game. Now, it's still not as rare though as this secret area underneath the map, which no one was supposed to find. If you're like everyone else this season, you probably tried to jump off of Spawn Island, but while most of us are rifted back to the surface, for a split second, some people noticed this unusual secret. There's a strange set of trees with a fence just floating underneath the map, and they're copy-pasted from Frenzy Fields. No one knows why they're here, but I'm putting my money on it being a total accident. And this next one will be controversial, but at least you won't be seeing mechs anytime soon. It's been a while since they appeared in Battle Royale, but they were always lurking in creative, and thankfully, the latest update has changed that by completely deleting brutes from the files. I guess they just weren't cut out for Chapter 4's graphics. But there's one leak that is closer than ever before. Nearly a year ago, Epic accidentally revealed a ton of collabs like Indiana Jones, Doomslayer, and Darth Vader. All it took was this season's Battle Pass to finally complete the list. But there's still one piece, and it's the most ridiculous of all, Peter Griffin. Family Guy was right there alongside all of these collabs, and it's impossible to shrug this off as a prank. Even though there's still no sign of him, it's gotta happen soon. And that is everything you didn't know about Chapter 4. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.